Hi there Sagittarius, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This will be your weekly intuitive reading for November 23rd through to the 29th. Let's see what's on the cards for you, Saggy. Just got to say it is a very warm morning here in Melbourne, Australia. I am kind of melting already at just after 10 a.m. so I will do my best to stay focused and get you your cards out. Wow, it's come out really quick. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul, tribe. Saggy, I mean, for me when I see this card, hey, maybe you've heard me say this before, this is the card of the stage being set, right? Getting ready for the actors to step on the stage, you know. And this means that sometimes we don't really see the action, the progress, and we're kind of waiting for everything to come together. This card is actually saying that sometimes things are happening behind the scenes, you know, the ducks getting in a row and the stars aligning, and then all of a sudden that point of change can be on you before you know it. Intuitive hits, really tune into your intuition as well. You might be getting insights or downloads about what is to come for you, or about what moves that you need to take in order to help this divine orchestration along. Soul tribe, you know, if somebody comes to you and you're really feeling connected with them, they might hold a piece, you know, for you that comes through in an interaction or conversation. So be tuned into that also. Let's get out your overarching tarot card from the Moonchild Tarot for Sagittarius. Ten of Swords, guys. 10 of Swords. Well, I mean, sometimes there are completions and endings that need to happen in order for things to actually come together. The 10 of Swords could indicate that there's something that you really need to close the door on finally, you know, to be final, I should say. It can be a more painful ending, or one that is more difficult to really sort of close the door on. Can talk about, you know, betrayal or deceit, or sometimes just, you know, those situations that have really burnt us out, and it's generally situations that we have endured for quite a long time, maybe, you know, ignored those intuitive hits that we really should walk away, and we've stayed in them, and because of that, you know, we've kept on being emotionally invested, and it's just that much harder to move away from it. But the good news with the 10 of Swords is that there is a new dawn, a new day on that horizon, and, you know, right behind that ending is the seed of your new beginning. So let's get out the tarot story for you, Saggy, to see where this is all going. I will be beginning with the energy of the recent past, energies leaving, completing, transitioning in your life, what you may be journeying, Saggy, if this is your reading. I've got two. I've got the King of Wands, it's my card of Leo, and I have Justice, Libra. In the major arcana, yeah, it's justice time, absolute justice time for you. That's the change or modification that you need, and it's something to do with completing something. Let's go for the current or focus energy. Hanged Man. So some of you might feel like you're sort of waiting for that enlightenment, that insight to move forward. There may be some information that needs to land. Hearing maybe a verdict of some description. What's the verdict? Maybe you've given someone an ultimatum. What's the verdict? Only when you know that can you move forward. Three of Pentacles, and rebuild in a new direction. Page of Pentacles is at the bottom of this deck. That is the new opportunities, that is the new dawn, the new day behind the 10 of Swords. Let's clarify. Clarifying justice with Hermit, number 9, card of Virgo in the major arcana. Clarifying the Hanged Man. The Knight of Pentacles. Clarifying the Three of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles again. Okay, so you've got 2 pages of Pentacles here. Yes, sorry guys, but you do have the Tower at the bottom here. And I mean, you know, there is no good and bad cards in the tarot. They're energies to be worked with. So even the Tower is a blessing in disguise. So we really have quite a major change here, which could be quite tumultuous change for some of you. But we have so much new beginning energy. Beginnings in its infancy coming in towards the end of the reading, and it's definitely got a sense of rebuilding from the ground up, planting new seeds in a new direction. So let's start with the Tower. Oh, everyone sort of sees the Tower and goes, oh gosh, another Tower moment. There are levels to the Tower. Like generally it's one of the biggest card in the tarot of sudden change, or, you know, a tower in our life coming down. And towers are those kind of really what we hope to be those solid constructs in our lives. Like a relationship is a tower, a job or our career is a tower. Generally the place that we live in is another tower, family and friendships. So it says that it's going to be some great change in one of your towers. And the reason why the tower falls is generally because that tower is either built on a shaky foundation, or it's not in alignment with you anymore. So the universe comes in and steps in and brings it down in order to align you to what actually is. So it can feel really unfair at the time, chaotic, didn't want to be going through a breakup, or didn't want to lose my job right before Christmas, terrible time. The universe says, you know what, it's coming together actually. Then there might be an undoing and unraveling in order to come together. So we need to trust in that divine plan. The thing about the Tower is that we need to let it fall and surrender to that energy, because if we try and, you know, patch it up and do a little repair job on it, we generally find ourselves another season or cycle down the track in the same position with the Tower falling, and we've kind of wasted time. I mean, we can always get back on our timeline, but you could have been using that time to be getting ahead in another direction. Or, you know, if we just kind of, you know, stay where we are with it, you know, we can just go down with the Tower. So it is a blessing in disguise. It is really, you know, can be sudden change. And I always see this card as like, okay, you've been getting the intuitive hits maybe for a while that it was time to take action, but often we don't want to face change because of the fear of the unknown and all of that kind of thing. So the universe kind of says, well, you know what, if you don't do it, I will. And it brings in the Mack truck, and that's the Tower. So yeah, I mean, with Justice here in the reading, it says that it is time, karmically it is time for this change, this modification, this adjustment to come into the situation to rebalance those universal scales. So some of you may have had a karmic injustice done to you. Yeah, it could have been some kind of betrayal, and it's time to put that behind you now. Justice for some of you will be a legal proceeding, so there could be obviously courts involved, or contractual agreements, divorce, separation, and that kind of thing. But really it stands for that great change that needs to happen for you to claim the victory moving forward, which is that rebalancing energy, Libra, the rebalancing. Now, with the King of Wands here, I mean, this is generally Leo. It could represent your energy in this reading, Saggy. So if it's another person, it could be the energy of a boss, mentor, somebody in the workplace, father, father-in-law kind of energy. Or it could also indicate that you are stepping into your king energy now by bringing justice to the situation. The Tower may have fell without your action, but you have the opportunity now to step up and lead, you know, and really be an example for how you deal with this falling Tower. The King of Wands says it's time to be seen in all of your glory. Some of you might be having some kind of, you know, coming out as who you really are through this reading. Maybe that is what fell the Tower. You know, oh sorry, I'm leaving this job, this corporate job, because actually I'm a tarot reader. Yeah, it's my story. You know what I mean. It's kind of like I am coming out as me. I'm no longer suppressing myself. I'm no longer playing small. You know, I am actually the King of Wands. I was the King of Wands all along. So that's that energy. The King of Wands for me is also that energy of, okay, very soon you'll find the new opportunity, the new path, because the King of Wands is that great visionary who is kind of sitting up there at the top of the empire, can see exactly the target to go for. Very entrepreneurial, very directional energy, very much gearing up to take inspired action to rebuild. As soon as this tower falls, it's like, yep, let's get the armies and the troops together. I'm rebuilding, and I'm rebuilding in my own direction. Now with the Hermit here, Virgo in the Major Arcana could be dealing with a Virgo. There is going to be some healing required, especially when we have the Ten of Swords here, right? It's the card of turning inwards for deep reflection and introspection. And it says, really, Saggy, that the answers and the wisdom that you seek are within you. So they will come to you. We're going to go to the Hangman soon, but it's like there will be an insight that comes through. And that might be fundamental for how you move forward. And the cards are saying it could come through an intuitive hit, and that's why it is important for you to take some hermit time, take some time on your own, meditate, go inwards. And, you know, at the moment you can see there that the hermit only has that very dim lantern to shine this little sphere of light around him or her, and you can shuffle forward that one step. But as you seek and as you kind of heal, that light in that lantern burns brighter, meaning your own internal light burns brighter. And with that, the path forward is revealed. So it's a real process. Links to the star energy, that Aquarian energy, which is the card that comes after the Tower, is the calm after the storm. And it is actually, you know, links to our divine wish fulfillment. So it says that it's all coming together. The divine is actually moving you, you know, to your divine wish fulfillment, and that's why the Tower is a blessing in disguise. Okay, so current or focus energy, Hanged Man. Yeah, like I think there will be a period of kind of maybe feeling a little bit suspended. Hey, I don't really know where to go now. I'm kind of not sure. I'm a little bit in no man's land. That can be the Hanged Man energy. But in the Hanged Man mode, while you're maybe in that hermit energy, you are kind of downloading information, right? And there's going to come a point where it could be that verdict out of that justice situation, or it could be your own intuitive insight is going to give you what you need to liberate yourself, to open up that path forward and let you know what the next move is. So that's the Hanged Man. They talk about dying the death of the Hanged Man, which is going through that grief process which you may be going through. You know, denial, anger, depression, sadness. It's when we get to acceptance that is like the lever, the switch that liberates us, because when we accept what has happened and that the Tower has fallen, we're no longer, you know, attached to that energy and wishing and hoping that we can rebuild it. That's when the new opportunities and the new foundation starts to be laid and presents itself. So that's the Hanged Man energy, some insight there to move forward. And then we start moving forward, but it's slow, guys. The Knight of Pentacles is generally the slowest moving knight in the tarot deck, and we have to be patient. We have to be patient, but the Knight of Pentacles asks you to start taking those small steps, step by step, piece by piece. You know, it's coming together. So what do you need to do for your plan forward? If you're going to be maybe moving, what do you need to do? Start looking, start tying up loose ends in the place that you're in. If you're wrapping up a relationship, going through this process of separating assets, slowly, surely, methodically, without getting too emotionally invested. That's what we want to do. If it's a work situation, hey, I've lost my job, you know, get that resume out, market yourself to your best potential. Is there any skill gaps I've got? Can we find an affordable little online course that's going to make me look good? Fill in your own gaps. That is the seeds. That is the seeds that you plant in the soil that will then grow the opportunity that you desire. And when it comes in, you're going to be ready because you started laying the plan. That's why it's coming together. And look, that's when the opportunities start coming in. So we've got the Page of Pentacles twice, and we've got the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you're manifesting solid opportunities now. Not shaky foundation ones, but the Three of Pentacles stands for completely solid foundations, solid realizations of your manifestations as well. And it talks about, you know, being the apprentice of life again, learning, taking the lessons learned here and using them to build something amazing for yourself. You could be coming together with others. What I'm kind of seeing is that after the tower fell, you may have found yourself flying solo, single, out on my own with work, lost my work team, you know, something like that. But it won't be very long until your soul tribe, mentioned in this card here, starts to be attracted to you. And it says that maybe through one of them an opportunity is going to come, or that an opportunity comes and connects you with the right people. The Page of Pentacles, it can be opportunities that are in their infancy, right? So it's the conversation that you have with someone that just leads you to that perfect place. It's just that, you know, that kind of initial rumbling of opportunity. And yeah, but it says that it can be, whatever seeds these are, they can be planted and they're going to start expanding pretty quickly. So I love that. The Page of Pentacles in particular, I mean, they're solid opportunities. So they are things like a new contract, a little increase in your finances, you know, that, like I said, that kind of seed of that new, you know, lead for a job and that kind of thing. So it says that everything is going to start shaping up. It's Pentacles energy, like, you know, the lower numbers of Pentacles, so it's going to be kind of slow, but it's really like 1, 2, 3. It's really happening in succession, and it's the action that you take that is going to help you expand those into that beautiful new foundation that's going to come together and help you manifest the reality you desire. Saggy, quite a big reading, I feel, if this is your reading. I do hope it resonates for some of you, keeping in mind that it is a reading for the collective. Sometimes the whole thing resonates, sometimes pieces do, and other times it's like, yeah, it's not for me today, and that's fine. It just means, yeah, it wasn't meant for you in the first place. If you're called to share, please do leave me a comment. I do read them all and try to respond to as many as I can. Helps me get to know you guys, connect with your energies, and see what's happening in the collective. Saggy, it's been a pleasure. I will see you very soon. Bye for now.